When the fall and winter season hits, I need recipes that are simple but have a comfort food flavor. The weather outside tells me it's casserole season. Whether you're after the ease of tossing ingredients together, yearning for those layered, heartwarming flavors, or planning ahead with freezer-friendly meals and week-long meal prep, casseroles have you covered. Unfortunately, many of these casseroles that we grew up eating have a ton of carbs in them. That's why I want to share some of my favorite low-carb casseroles that will make you feel right at home without adding layers to your waistline. Let's start with breakfast. Most breakfast casserole recipes use bread, croissants, or potatoes as a filler. This sausage-based casserole recipe doesn't contain any of that, but it actually still feels like it does. Brown 1 pound of ground pork or sausage in a skillet. You can use ground turkey, chicken, even bacon in this recipe. For the rest of the casserole ingredients, crack in 6 eggs and pour in 1/2 cup of heavy cream. If you don't want to use heavy cream, you can substitute with nut milk or use half heavy cream, half nut milk. Season with salt and pepper and give it a whisk. Breakfast casseroles are great because you can make them up the night before you want to serve them and then bake them the morning of. And this casserole is perfect for Christmas morning. Many keto breakfast casserole recipes are just eggs and a protein. To give our casserole that slight bread-like texture, add in either 1/3 cup of coconut flour or 2 tablespoons of oat fiber. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and for flavor, I'm adding in sliced green onions and about 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. You can experiment with adding different vegetables and cheeses to change up the flavors. Add in the cooked sausage to a casserole dish and pour the egg mixture on top. This is going to be thick, but this is exactly how we want it. Top with a little more cheese. This will bake in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 28 minutes, or until the casserole is golden brown and the center is set. The one thing that happens to me every winter is that my skin starts to feel really dry and looks dull. But I discovered something that's going to help prevent that this season. I started drinking Peak. I partnered with Peak because I wanted to share the benefits of using their Radiant Skin Duo. It's worked wonders for combating my winter skin. You know that dry, flaky, dull, sometimes itchy skin we get in the winter because the humidity is usually the lowest outside, and indoors we have that heat that dries out the skin. As a pharmacist, I used to recommend people just slather on a high-quality lotion. That's still recommended, but even better would be to help protect your skin from the inside at the cellular level with the help of these two, BT Fountain and Sun Goddess Matcha. The BT Fountain contains hyaluronic acid. The hyaluronic acid is a humectant that helps pull water from the outside and into the skin. And ceramides are lipids. They help keep that water inside the skin cells. I drink one of these every day. It comes in a mild berry flavor and contains the highest quality ingredients, making it easy to absorb by the body for max benefits. Even better is that I don't see any sugar, preservatives, or artificial ingredients in these. This weather makes me want to sip on a warm beverage midday, and instead of reaching for coffee, I've been having a cup of matcha green tea. This Sun Goddess matcha is ceremonial grade, so it's higher quality, and it's made from trees that are shaded longer, so they contain more chlorophyll, which helps with skin clarity. And if you're someone who worries about contaminants in their green tea, Peak is quadruple toxin screened for impurities. Love these convenient packets. It's quick dissolving in both hot and cold water. This duo has helped brighten my skin in just a few weeks of use. Plus, I look forward to drinking both every day. For a limited time, Peak is offering 15% off plus 2 bonus gifts when you shop my link. When it's cold outside and you want a burger, but you're feeling lazy and you don't want to fire up the grill or drive to McDonald's, just make a Cheeseburger Casserole instead. Brown 1.5 pounds of ground beef in a skillet over medium-high heat for 5 minutes. Before the meat is completely done cooking, add 1/2 of a diced onion and continue to cook that until the ground beef is browned. Next, add in some minced garlic, 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, 3 tablespoons of sugar-free ketchup, 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, and a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, plus salt and pepper. Most grocery stores carry sugar-free ketchup. Primal Kitchen is one brand that I know of that's sugar-free. Remove that from the heat and then stir in 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. This will serve as a glue to hold this casserole together so you aren't just spooning out ground beef when you go to serve it on your plate. I've transferred it to a baking dish and topped with more cheese, although you could just cook it in a skillet if your skillet's oven-proof. But I'm not an animal. I like to get fancy. Then bake at 400 degrees for 15 minutes or until your cheese has melted. You might think that your burger in a baking dish is done now, but it's not. You gotta add the fixings. Top with some more ketchup, mustard, chopped pickles, some parsley, even though parsley doesn't go on burgers. This was just looking a little bit too TV dinnerish for me, so I had to kind of bougie it up. And if you're feeling extra classy and this parsley isn't doing enough to help bouge up your meal, well then you need to try a chicken Cordon Bleu casserole. Start by cooking 2 pounds of diced chicken in a skillet until it's cooked through. I'm using chicken thighs, but chicken breast will work here as well. Then add in 8 ounces of diced ham. This is pre-cooked ham, so just cook it long enough to heat it through. Then remove these from the skillet and we're gonna work on our sauce. We do have these brown bits in our skillet. That's where all of the flavor lives. So we're just gonna get all of those up and incorporate it into our sauce. Add in 2 tablespoons of butter to your skillet, and once that's melted, add a 1/3 cup of heavy cream, a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, and now I'm adding in white wine because classic Cordon Bleu thinks it's fancy with its wine-based sauce. And yes, this pour is absolutely intentional because I'm cooking with wine. You best believe I'm gonna drink some too. But hey, if you're not feeling the wine vibes or you don't drink, you could actually zest up your dish by adding in a tablespoon or so of lemon juice. Give it a few minutes of love on the stove, dial that sizzle down just a smidge, and then let it rain with a 1.5 cups of shredded Monterey Jack cheese. For some more flavor, add in 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and my sneaky kick in the pants go-tos, red pepper flakes and cayenne pepper, and a little bit of salt and pepper too. Add the chicken and the ham mixture to your dish. I use a square baking dish, but even an 8x10 will work. Then top with our cheese sauce. And it wouldn't be chicken Cordon Bleu without Swiss cheese, so add in 1.5 cups of shredded Swiss cheese. Bake this at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. This is absolutely chef's kiss, and a good reminder that from diner food to fine dining dishes, pretty much anything can be turned into a casserole. If you want to see more keto casserole recipes, like how to make low-carb lasagna without using zucchini noodles, then click right here.